Have much more on this coming up in a second. For now, though, we want to check in with Malia Masamoto. Malia, I know you were at a press conference from Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick earlier today. You're joining us now. What is the latest that you are hearing outside the State Operations Center?
Well, Hunter, a main concern from Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick was that the people who are vacationing on the coast there for this long holiday weekend are getting out now. He wants to get that message out to get out of that area right now because by tomorrow, he says these roads are not going to be safe to drive on.
Tropical storm Beryl, set to move up to a Category 1 hurricane, is set to hit the Texas coastline in just a few hours. And Texas officials want people to take it seriously.
Trust me, you don't want to be in a Category 1. You know, you're looking at winds 85, 90 miles an hour. You don't want to be in that. You don't want to be in 6 and 12 inches of rain. You don't want to be in flooding.
Just a day ago, Texas Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick, acting for Governor Abbott while he's out of the country on an economic development trip, declared 120 counties throughout the state in a disaster.
This storm has already left 9 deaths in its path through the Caribbean. We don't want number 10 to be in Texas.
How they want Texans to prepare? 1, move away from the area before the storm hits because the roads won't be drivable.
It will be a deadly storm for people who are directly in that path.
2, be prepared so you don't have to go out in the storm to get what you need. And 3, never drive through flooded roadways.
What we find is this freshwater inland flooding tends to be more of a killer of our citizens than the actual storm surge. So please, please do not drive through water, turn around, don't drown.
And with guaranteed power outages, Nim Kidd, the chief of the Texas Division of Emergency Management, says to make sure people who are power dependent are moved to a safe place. And finally, they want everyone to remember to not only get out of that area, but especially get out of the water because those rip currents can be deadly.
And like I said, the governor is concerned for these people who are vacationing here in those coastal areas between Corpus Christi and Galveston who are on vacation and may not be watching the news or checking with social media to see what's going on. So he says if you know someone who's there, call them right now to make sure they are getting out of there safely and they have a plan. Live